From Seattle, Washington. I'm just kidding. All right, let's see here. Nobody's going to be in here, obviously, right now, which is totally fine. We're just getting started. And I just had a free minute, so let's just hang out. Everybody's been commenting that I do my Q&As too late. So I thought, okay, I'll try to do it a little earlier and you know, be available for people who can't normally make it to the late ones. And so, yeah, it won't be a very long one. I'm just gonna hang out here a little bit with you guys, answer some questions. Hello, we got our first visitor. Hey, you're the first one in the room. You get a gold star. Bing. And let me know if it's your first time here, if you're a newbie, or if you are a return person. People like Julian Reyes. Hello. And I don't know if, is this your first time to the live? Monique. Hello, Greg. Happy Luna New Year. Julian says, first time here, long time remember. Hello there. Terry Dalco says, hi, Greg. Love you, man. Hey, wow, thank you. That's very kind. Alice, hi. Somewhat new here, maybe like 1 month, second live. Hey, Alice. Gloria, hello. I'm a newbie. What's this all about? What's this all about? Well, basically, I can answer a lot of questions when I'm live like this rather than doing individual calls, which is very time consuming. Terry Dalco has been following you for a few months now, nonstop. Hey, Terry, nice to see you. And yeah, people just not liking that, well, it's not that they don't like it. It's just, oh, thanks for the thumbs up. Everybody's giving thumbs up. That I do them kind of light. Dorothy says hello. And basically, I thought I'd do one a little earlier before dinner. And so that way people, thanks to you eating natto, also called not hot potatoes. There you go. I gotta steam my potatoes. I bought them, I just haven't steamed them. I love my potatoes in my salad. Very filling, very satisfying, depending on the protocol though. There's certain protocols where you should avoid potatoes, and those protocols are usually for no medical advice, no medical claims, but it would normally be, if I had cancer, I'll just say that I wouldn't eat potatoes. That's all I'll say. But if I don't have cancer, they're great. Dorothy says, hello, I'm new to this and would like more information. Well, you're gonna have to be more specific because when you say more information about what, you know, do you want to know information? Do you have specific questions about water, health, hydrogen, whatever else? Just don't type in any words that can get my channel in trouble, because then this video will get deleted and I will, yeah. Okay, Terry says, I would really like to chat when you are free. I am a hypnotherapist and would like to discuss with you how I can help my clients and my community with the Hydrofix. Well then, Terry, go ahead and email me directly, uprising144k@gmail.com. Include your phone number and I'll give you a call and we can chat. And if you're not in the United States and you're international, then look for me on, well, you can email me and we'll discuss that. In fact, if you're not in the US, let me know now and I'll tell you how else you can get a hold of me. Julian Reyes, an orange light at the right of my timer screen has been flashing 3 days. Any advice? Have you not seen my videos, Julian? Have you not read the owner's manual? On the right side, it literally says cartridge. So basically that means that you're due for a cartridge, and you better order one because you have to keep up to date on those to make the machine continue to work properly. And you can watch my video. I have a whole video on how to change it, the whole thing. It's super easy. Okay, Dorothy says, what kind of water to use for the machine? You can literally use any water, but in my opinion, if you really want to be healthy and you're doing it for best health, you're going to want to use the best water. And the best water is water that you're going to make yourself. That's the magic of it. And I would go to, if you're in the US, I would go to a website called mypurewater.com. If you want a coupon or discount code, it's uprising144k. And carbon distilled, I believe I have video 388. Don't quote me on that. I can check right now real quick. But ultimately, you're going to want the cleanest water. But you don't have to. Cartridge was only 1 month of use. Well, did you install a new one when you say 1 month of use, or you have a brand new machine that you've been using for a month? So you're gonna have to let me know on that. There's just a lot of, I mean, okay, yeah, just go ahead and elaborate on that. Those are normally questions you'd want to contact the company for, by the way, but I can try to help you here while everybody's here. Okay. So what kind of water do you use? Yeah, you want the cleanest water. You don't have to. And then Gloria says all of the above. What does that exactly mean, Gloria? I'm a newbie. What's this all about? All of the above. That's too vague, Gloria. I mean, this is all about health. Obviously, hydrogen is a huge part to health. Ask a specific question, we can get into it. But when you say all of the above, it's like vague. It's like saying, you know, it's too vague. I'm terrible with examples. All right, let's see here. We can maybe get into it in a second. Victoria says, hey, Greg, question. Why would I use the 90-minute session? Isn't it fine to just do the 30-minute session to do the gas or drink the water? Yes. 30 minutes will fully saturate the water, 1.5 liters. 90-minute mode is, let's say you want to inhale the hydrogen gas and you don't want to keep resetting it every 30 minutes. You can set it for 90 and you can be on the computer working, relaxing, you know what I mean? So hopefully that answers your question. That way you don't have to keep, you can just have 90 minutes running continuously. I like the mode, it's awesome. Okay, hopefully that answers your question. Next person, Gloria. Oh yes, hydrogen guy. Okay, awesome to be here. Hey Gloria, it's good to have you. Alice, my orange light was flashing too, even after adding water. I took the cartridge out and shook it, then put more water and it was fine. Good point, that's true, and I explained that in the videos. The videos are there to help you guys. Terry Dalcos, thank you so much. I'm in Adelaide, Australia. Well, good day, mate. Cool, good to see you, Terry. Julian Reyes says, thank you very much. You're welcome very much. Alice says, cartridge was only 1 month of use. Brand new machine. It could be that the water's not going through then. That would be, well, wait a second. Are you sure it's the right light? Because there's 2 lights. Make sure we're talking about the right stuff, because again, you might want to, let's see here. Okay, Monique says, your thoughts on red light therapy. I think it can potentially be good stuff. And even better with hydrogen, in my opinion, because the benefits come from almost like a type of oxidative stress, kind of like oxygen, red light therapy, even infrared type of stuff. But it works better, in my opinion, when you use hydrogen in collaboration with it. So yeah, good stuff. I'm not against it. Victoria says, I am leaving for a few days, leaving the machine on standby for a few days. I don't know if I would do that. And orange light hasn't gone off yet. Is it okay to add a little water just to make sure the cartridge doesn't dry out? Well, I wouldn't do that because the cartridge doesn't hold water in it. The water goes through it, and it does that for a reason, so it won't mold up. If you're going to be leaving town, depending on, for a few days, I would just, make sure the pitcher's empty of water, maybe even just drain the water out of the machine and just leave it like that. That's what I would do. Let's see here. Who's next? Julian Reyes. I would like to share that I noticed an increase on my physical condition after 3 months of use. I'm very happy. I'm happy for you, Julian. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing that. I love hydrogen. It's so easy and so cool. Oh, well, the Japanese made it easy. Hello, listening in while I do my hydrogen inhalation. That's what I should be doing while I do this, but I just had hydrogen water. You can see that I already drank about half of it. And again, just hanging out. I do a lot of inhalation. I just don't do it in this room. Okay. Let's see. Monique says, I just ordered my pure water. Take 5 to 8 weeks to get it sent. They say 5 to 8 weeks, but I found that people get it within 2 to 3 weeks. They just give you that long number so that you don't probably bug them, would be my guess, but I don't know why they do that. Victoria says, sometimes I do double biohack and I will do my red light panel while I'm inhaling the gas and listening to podcasts. That's actually a good way to go, in my opinion. Monique says, cool, thank you. Nicole says, hello everyone from North Dakota. Hello there. Monique says, thank you for the code for pure water too. Yeah, you're welcome. It took, Yeah, I really did want to get a discount code for people, and so that's great. And then Victoria says, okay, thanks for emptying out machine if I leave for a few days. Yeah, I think I have a video on how to do that, but you can look into that more, but it's really easy. I mean, I guess I could, I'm sure the owner's manual should have something about it. Alice says, I didn't appreciate natto enough when I went to Kushi Institute many, many years ago. A lot of people don't. Natto is magical. In fact, it's not just natto. The Japanese have all sorts of stuff that we should be grateful for. They are, I mean, look, there's a lot of beautiful things about a lot of cultures. The Japanese just have some very interesting stuff. But I mean, there's a lot of cultures that do. They're just the ones that I find to be kind of light years ahead of most. But you know, Alice says, I agree. Love Japanese culture. Yeah, you know, they're very kind people. I mean, look, of course I'm generalizing, but you know, I've noticed that they're very kind people, respectful people, clean people, good structured rules. Of course, nobody's perfect. I think they're too rigid, to be honest. The Japanese are so rigid, you know, but hey, they're wonderful people. And I think most humans, I don't know, I probably tend to think more positively about people than I probably should sometimes, just because I've been taken a lot of times by people, and screwed, as you might say, because of my trusting of people. But I still believe in, you know, I still believe in people. Okay, Monique says, wow, that'd be great if I can get sooner. I'm afraid my Mega Home gives up on me. Oh yeah, the Mega Home, yeah, they're a cheaper machine, but you can make them work. They work for a while. I started out with a Mega Home Chinese distiller. I remember those. I mean, they're not as good as, you know, my pure water, but hey, you do what you can, and if that's what you got, that's what you got. Yeah, I paid a lot for my Mega when it first came out. Well, not when it first came out, when I first grabbed one. Well, good guys. Now look, there's 20 people in the room. If everybody gives a thumbs up, we should have 20 thumbs up, and we only have 7. So anyway, Victoria says, can I get Purium protein shake through you, or should I go straight to company? I used to know someone who sold it, but not in touch with that person anymore. Well, you'd want to go through the company. You don't go through me. I mean, look, if you really want to know the truth about me, I live a very simple life. I certainly don't have a pile of Purium in my closet or anything. So what you'd want to do, thanks for all the thumbs up. I see people doing it. Thank you for that. I have a code that gives you a $50 coupon. So that's pretty awesome. And the code is uprising144K. You go to the website, ishoppurium.com, and you use the coupon code, and it gives you $50 off. You buy something that's 70, 80 bucks, it'll cost you 20 or 30 bucks. And it's totally cool. And it does help the channel. They see that it comes through my code, so that's great. And that's about it. You know, I really share with you guys the things that I use personally. And when I share stuff and people use codes, it does help. It helps me, but it really helps me out mostly on the expenses of my health stuff. So for example, it helps me with my Purium. I mean, I pay for my Purium too, you know, and so it just helps. It helps a little, you know, it helps a little bit, but every little bit helps. So it's great. So thank you for that. And if you guys can't hear me, let me know and I can put an earpiece. Dorothy Stewart says, I know you can't make medical claims, but do you know of anyone who used it, whatever it is, for autoimmune issues and had positive results? Dorothy, I'm going to assume that you're talking about hydrogen. The simple answer is yes, I have. Obviously, that's not a claim or medical advice. But yes, because most autoimmune issues are related to the gut. And hydrogen is absolutely incredible for the gut. And I have seen people who have I actually had an autoimmune issue. So yes, simple answer is yes. Terry Dalcos, lots of thumbs up. Thank you so much. We have now 12 thumbs up. So thank you so far, though we now have 16 people in the room, which means that some people left. They didn't like giving thumbs up. It's okay. It's all good, guys. I literally just thought I'd spend a little time with people at a different hour because people are always saying, hey, I miss your live stuff. Dorothy says, okay, great, thank you. Well, you're very welcome. Thank you guys for keeping everything positive and nice. That's always nice. No trolls here today. That's always good. Blueberries. Love blueberries. Super good for you too. Okay. Oh, more thumbs up coming in. Great. Refractor OG, original gangster, says, what's the premium product you use in your smoothie? So they have a lot of products. A lot of them are actually quite good. I'm actually pretty impressed with their stuff. But the one that I use in my smoothie is called the Power Shake. Don't like the name, but that's what they call it. And that's the one that I use. If you really, really want to go more protein, they have one called Berry Protein. It's kind of like saying very protein, but it's a berry with a B, like berries, like, you know, blueberries and stuff. And I did use that one. I was actually pretty impressed with it, more than I thought I would be. But I stick to the Power Shake mostly. Just because of the overall nutrients. It's like getting a multivitamin in food form, which is always my goal. And take the $50 off, Refractor. You're my friend, you know me. But yeah, you're gonna want that $50 off, so use that Uprising 144K. 50 bucks is pretty, it's a big discount, so that's great. Terry Dalco says, I really like the story you told about the stones. Very mystical. What else do you know about stones? I'm loaded question. I mean, I know a lot of things about certain subjects. I mean, obviously I'm the hydrogen man and this type of stuff, but there are things that I know that I don't share a lot on my channel, mostly because, gosh, should we go into this one? We've gone over this in other videos multiple times. That's interesting. I mean, I'm just observing the people are leaving. That's very interesting. We literally went from 20-something people to 11. So, is this boring? It's okay. I don't care. I was mostly doing this for people who said that they don't ever get to be here during the live thing. Like, how come you don't have a show at different hours? And I was like, oh, okay, I'll try to do it at a different hour. Yeah, I mean, stones are a little bit of a mystery. We can get into that in a second. Let's see. Victoria says, so when the panel goes to 0, 0 and the bubbles are flowing, panel says the same amount after 30 minutes as it when the panel is 0, 0 after 90 minutes. So did you mean after 90 is way more saturated? Okay, not super clear on your question, Victoria, but it's really quite simple. Let me just see if I can simplify it for you. The machine takes 30 minutes to fully saturate 1.5 liters. If you only did 1 liter, it would take 20 minutes. And if you only did half a liter, it would take 10 minutes. Anything after 30 minutes, the hydrogen is just escaping and it's meant for inhalation. All that should be in your owner's manual. Hopefully that answers your question. When it's on standby, standby is not for inhalation. The standby is for the water, because once the water is fully saturated, it's a waste to make the machine just run full blast. So the machine goes into standby mode, where it's kind of like when you're on the highway and you just hit cruise control and the car is just kind of maintaining the speed. It's maintaining full hydrogen in the water. Hopefully that answers the question. If not, ask again and we'll go over it. Okay, next person, Norma says, it's not boring. Thank you. All right, great. Refractor OG, original gangster, says, everyone's questions got answered. They don't have time to pick the mind of a health wizard. Oh, thank you, brother. You are much too kind. I never really meant to be a health wizard, but that's, I guess, technically what happened. Victoria says, not boring at all. Thank you. Appreciate it. Monique says, talk about stone, though about shungite. Oh, yeah, I remember that one. Refractor OG, the panel with the lights is just an estimate. That is correct. So that's correct. A machine that would actually measure hydrogen would have to be constantly calibrated, very expensive, more than the machine itself. It's crazy. Monique says, you have lots of knowledge, not boring at all. Oh, thank you, Monique. That's very sweet of you. Nicole says, no, you're not boring. They probably had their questions answered and left the room. That's probably true. I have no questions this evening, just listening and learning. Thank you. That's sweet. Ellen says, is it better to do longer sessions of inhalation once a day, or is it more advantageous to break it up a few times a day for 30 minutes. I've been trying to inhale for about 60 minutes in one sitting. Okay, so here we go. We got a good question. In my opinion, the best way to do inhalation is there's two factors to it. One, the best time to do it is actually at nighttime. Why? Because your brain suffers more oxidative stress than any other organ in the human body. Think about it. You wake up refreshed, whatever. You go through the day. You're constantly thinking. You're wrestling with the kids. You're doing the job. You're going crazy. I don't know. And by the end of the day, you just want to calm down. You have a lot of stress hormones in your body. And so the hydrogen helps calm things down. Hence, the people seem to sleep better when they inhale hydrogen and drink the water, an hour or two before bed. I think that's better than doing like 30 minutes in the morning or 30 minutes in the middle of the day or whatever. Just do your water protocol. Everybody needs water. Everybody should be hydrated. And if you're just going to do inhalation, do it at the end of the day. Sit down, read a book, watch TV, surf the internet, and inhale for an hour and a half would be an ideal number. 60 minutes is great, but hour and a half would be ideal. That's what I actually do. Just my opinion. All right. Hopefully that answers your question. If not, ask again. Victoria says standby is when it's a 00 question mark. Yes, that's correct. So I have been waiting until all the panels are lit up. Forget the panels. Right after the 30 minutes. When panel goes to 00 before I start to drink or inhale, is that correct to do? No. I don't know exactly what you're asking, Victoria, but I'll try to make it easy for you. Oh, you typed in more. Should we put a piece of tape over the tiny hole at the top of the pitcher? No. So that the hydrogen doesn't escape. No. Don't do that. It's designed that way for a reason. Thank you. Very helpful. All right. So this is the way it works. Wow. Somebody just donated $10. That's extremely kind. Thank you very much. Let's just at least give this person a shout out. Northern Yeti, thanks for all your great info, he says, and he gave $10. Very kind of you. Wow. Thank you for that. It just, it's not so much about the money, but I appreciate it. That's just super kind of you. And Shiraya Dharma says, hi there, Hman. Hello, Shiraya. Shiraya, I like that name. Okay. Oh, and Victoria says, okay. So then I think I haven't been doing this correctly. Yeah, let's clarify this for you, Victoria. So there's two things depending on if you're either trying to do inhalation or you're trying to drink the water. So instead of you asking questions that are, I don't want to say they're vague, I'm sure you're trying your best, but are we talking about water or inhalation? What are we talking about here? So clarify that first, and then I'll answer your question. So, because they're both going to be different, or I could just answer both, but you tell me. And by the way, that little hole is there for a reason. When you're pouring it, you want that hole in there. It has to do with pressure. Okay, and we can get back to that. Thanks again, Northern Yeti. Again, I'm going to give him a little shout out. He gave $10. Thank you. I mean, that's just extremely kind. And I'm going to put it to good use. I'm not going to waste any of it. I don't waste money on garbage. It all goes to either the best food, the best water, anything to take care of myself. So anyway, thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. Victoria says, I'm saying that I have been waiting until after 30 minutes to begin inhaling and drinking. Back again, you're bringing inhaling and drinking. So let's just answer both. When you're going to inhale, if you can see my machine there, you remove the white thing. They call it the crown or the hydrogen catcher or keeper, whatever the company calls it. And you remove that and you fill up the pitcher. You have to change the lid because if you put the proper lid, there is no hole to cover up when you're doing inhalation, okay? The moment you start the inhalation, the machine, you can start inhaling. You don't wait 30 minutes. But if you're going to drink the water, that's different. You have the different lid. You have the hydrogen catcher or keeper or whatever, catcher. And then you do have to wait 30 minutes for the water to be fully saturated. Hopefully that answers your question. If it doesn't, ask again. Okay, next one. Terry Dalco says, your live videos are always the highlight of my day. Wow, thank you. Peace out, Greg. I just got back to work. Have a great night. Peace out, brother. I love peace. I like everybody to be happy and peaceful. All right, great. Northern Yeti, health is always the best investment. I couldn't agree with you more. So yes, Northern Yeti, you get a thumbs up from me. Cha-ching. Oh yeah, and the $10. Thank you. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Okay, Riblet Roblet says, in my opinion, 10 minutes is all you need with the inhalation. Okay, let's go see. Let's see what he says. I go off data, but let's see what this guy says. 2 to 3 times a day if you breathe long and deep breaths, which is a good suggestion. Not normal. You'll get high after 5 minutes. I mean, yeah, I mean, it does. Taking deep inhalations of hydrogen is really great. After 10 minutes, you've reached max hydrogen absorption. Thoughts? You know, based on data, the most therapeutic is an hour and a half, meaning 90 minutes. It depends on what your goals are and what you're going through. And so, I mean, 10 minutes is great. 30 minutes, in my opinion, would be a little better. But yeah, 90 minutes would be ideal. Just because something saturates in your body doesn't mean that you're done. It gets saturated in your body, and your blood takes, if I remember correctly, and anybody can correct me if I'm wrong, I believe it takes like a good 20 minutes for everything to fully circulate. And you're going to want that hydrogen to circulate and then some. So my opinion, 10 minutes, I mean, it's fine. I sit down, I have an inhalation one set up in another room where I eat, because I do a lot of inhalation when I eat or drink my smoothies. That's kind of what I do. And thanks for all the thumbs up, by the way. Everybody's giving thumbs up, so thanks everybody for that. So yeah, in my opinion, I would do more, but you don't have to. But it really depends on what your medical issues are, in my opinion. Another shout out to the Yeti. Is that what it was? Let me check. Yeah, Northern Yeti. Thanks for all the great info. Thank you for the $10. That's gas money, so I can go to the mountain. Go to the mountain and hike and meditate, and that's what I like. I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. It's just silly, right? Who likes doing stuff I like to do? Who likes smoothies and going to the mountain and meditating? Nobody. I'm just silly. All right, Victoria. Enough about me. Let's talk about Victoria. Victoria says, totally clarifies, and I wish I had this understanding sooner. But you have it now, Victoria. Glass half full. All right, next person. Refractor Original Gangster says, I want to know if you're a gangster, dude. Computer gangster. Peace. All right, anyway, let's see what he said. Get those organs to absorb excess hydrogen in case you are without it at some point. You know, he's actually making a good point, because it's true. I've seen some data on this. Your organs will literally store up hydrogen. Kind of like your body will also store up vitamin D and will use it. Oh, wow, more thumbs up coming in. Thanks, guys. Love it. I don't know, just being, you know, it's great when people love what you do. But yeah, load up on hydrogen and load up those organs, because when you don't have it, you're going to want it. That's what I've noticed. All right, guys. Turns out a lot of action during an earlier time of the day. Cool. Okay. Thanks, guys, for sharing. What did I do here? I forgot what I was looking for. Somebody asked a question earlier. Well, whatever it is, you guys are doing great. Okay. Any other questions? As I get closer, I'm going to go eat dinner. I'll hang out with you guys for a moment. You know, I know I'm so silly, but I don't know why. I don't know why taking care of your body makes you so happy. It's just weird. But I love you guys. You know, I like that people care. I like that people care. That's like, you know, it's funny. I used to have people tell me, and this still happens. They're like, you care too much. I literally have people tell me, and I'm like, I care too much? Is that a problem? Really? You think the fact that I care too much is a problem? That's hilarious. All right, let's just keep going here. Northern Yeti says, Northern Yeti, we got to answer him. He donated $10. I'm not going to answer everybody, but I'm grateful. Thank you. Just because of the love. I appreciate the love. All right, Northern Yeti, let's see what he said. He said, how long do you think hydrogen will extend your lifespan? You know, Northern Yeti, they actually did some studies on mice. Did they find that it extended life? To some extent, yes. But ultimately, I won't go into too much detail because I actually have a lot of data on this. What I'll say is not so much about hydrogen extending life as much as it is that it gives you quality of life. Because there's something, and I won't go into the details because I do know a lot about it, that is limiting our lifespan on purpose. I mean, think about it. It's literally in scripture. And I'm not saying the scripture is always right, but ironically, it was at this particular case. It literally said you will not make it past 120 something odd years of age. I actually have a funny story. I'm just going to share with you guys. I normally don't share this stuff, and it makes me delete these videos, but I'll just share it anyway. There's a funny story. Somebody was asking me if you guys have ever heard of a guy named Lao Tzu, otherwise named as Confucius. And I was having this conversation with someone, and then someone asked me, like, well, how old did he, how old was he when he died, or how long did he live? Somebody said something. And I didn't know because I hadn't looked into what his date of birth was and when he died and everything. And it became a little bit of a game, and they were like, okay, why don't we all make a guess? And I was like, because there was multiple people. And I said, okay, I'm going to guess based on all my knowledge, because that's what I do. I make guesstimates, and I'm usually quite accurate. But I'll just say this. My guess will be 129 years. That was actually my guess. And then everybody was guessing different numbers, and people were guessing like 300 and 800, and everybody was guessing a different number. And then we Googled it, and he lived 129 years. I was literally bullseye, right on the money. And everybody was shocked. They're like, whoa, wait a second, how did you know that? And it was quite easy, because in scripture, it told us. Now, I'm not saying the scripture is always right. I'm not going to get into all those details. You won't make it past 120 something years. I already know this. I'm not going to go into the great detail of it. If I say something that I would normally share, then this video is going to get deleted, because I'm not going to, I'm questioning whether I should say it. I'm not going to say it. All I'm going to say is that it's based on, there's certain things that are aging you guys. And there's a device that I would like to build. It's already in my head. I got the vision. I already know what I want to do. The device will cost 20, maybe $30 million. I will need top engineers. I will need some scientists. I'm pretty adamant about this device. Probably can't talk too much either, because then I'll delete the video also. This device, in my opinion, will reverse aging. And when I say reverse aging, we're talking about an 80-year-old man who will be 20 years old again. I know that sounds crazy. I have scientific data that backs up my point. I won't go into all that right now. The point is, my guess was based on knowledge, and I was right. And I mean, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I tend to be right more often than not when it comes to these things, because I have like a vision of how the body works. And that's what you utilize to get the body to do what you, quote unquote, wow, okay, somebody just donated something. Thank you for sharing your story and all the research you've done. The videos help a lot. Alice, wow. Guys, give a shout out to Alice. She gave $10. And again, thank you. It's not the money, obviously it's $10, but that's not the point. I appreciate it. That's all. So thank you so much. I'm going to put it towards my my purium powder that I'm buying all the time. I just put another order for that. Okay, so let's go to the next person's question. If I answered that one, hopefully I did. Okay, Northern Yeti. He asked about the lifespan. So ultimately, let's say you're living a super crappy lifestyle and you'd make it till, I actually just talked to somebody who had a family member who died at 50 something. Hydrogen, in my opinion, could have extended that person's life to 60 something to 70 something, but it's not going to make you live to 500 years. There is a system in place that will not allow you to live past a certain point. Someday I'll share my secrets on that. Stay tuned, because I'm working. The only reason I won't share it is I'm only going to share it if it goes on a larger platform, because once it's out there, it's going to go, I don't want to say viral, but it is. It's eventually going to get out there everywhere. It's going to be everywhere. All right, let's go with that right now. Norma says, what time zone are you in? Oh, Pacific Standard Time Zone. Riblet Roblet says, will there be anything new with the 2023 Lourdes Hydrofix? No, they've pretty much, I mean, this is about as good as it gets. The only thing that I've been looking into, and I even spoke to the company about it, is about high output machines, but I didn't realize they educated me on it because they have engineers, and these Japanese engineers are so nitpicky about the details. There's awesome stuff that I want to share, but I'll just say that basically once you go, the higher output you go, you lose purity. This is the best balanced machine for the money, the water, the gas, everything that it does. It's going to get some type of award or something. I'm not supposed to say that. Oops. Yeah, and I might have to delete this video. Only you guys will hear that. I don't know if I'm going to say any of that. But anyway, this thing is the best there is. Let's just put that way. Japan's going to do some interesting things with that. Okay, let's see what goes next. So no, this is as good as it gets. They've literally perfected this machine, and if they ever develop another one, it's going to be much more expensive. I believe we're talking $12,000 plus if you're going to want some crazy one. And I don't even know if they're going to do that yet. Northern Unit says, might be the deuterium cutting our lives short. Well, you got to remember, Northern Yeti, deuterium is a growth factor, meaning it's necessary. It's all about balance in life. I mean, think about hydration. You could drink too much water and die. You could drink too little water and things don't work right. Everything's about balance, including deuterium. But hydrogen balances things out in the body. So in my opinion, keep those levels right. You'll be fine. My opinion, just my opinion. All right, we can go into more of it if you'd like to. Okay, Jose Antonio Faria says, have you experienced some kind of curative crisis with hydrogen? Yeah. Have you not seen my videos? I'd be dead. I wouldn't even be alive anymore. All right, Northern Yeti says, that's a lot of super chats for 20 million. Ha ha ha. That's a lot of super chats for $20, 20 million. Haha. I'm not sure I understand, Northern Yeti. That's a lot of super chats. I don't know what a super chat is. Believe it or not, guys, I'm not actually much of a computer guy, as weird as that sounds. I'm going to plug this phone in because I run off a shoestring budget. I have a silly phone. And if I don't plug this phone in, it's going to die and all you guys will go away real quick and I won't be here anymore. In fact, I just got a new phone, but honestly, here's my old one. This is what I record all my videos with, guys. And it's an old, I mean, I don't want to say it's a piece of crap. I like it, but people think it's silly. Look, it's all coming apart. And everything fell off of it. Like this whole thing broke. And anyway, but I loved it. I always loved it. And anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's just keep going. Let's just see. There's a lot of questions arriving, so let's go with that. Super chat stuff. Okay, Alice. Oh, let's give Alice another shout out. Thank you very much for sharing the $10. The money doesn't obviously matter. It's just, I appreciate you. But let's just see what she says. Thank you for sharing your story and all the research you've done. You know what? Thank you for that, because I have done just a massive amount of research and I've spent a lot of time and a lot of trial and error too. I've been doing experiments on myself, which maybe I should share with you guys because, well, whatever. But anyway, the videos help a lot, she says. So thank you so much. I appreciate that comment. Nicole says, I hope I'm still around for your invention. You know, it's already ready to go. The guy I'm trying to contact, a lot of people won't agree with this. I want to talk to Elon Musk about it for multiple reasons. One, I don't believe he'll ever make Mars happen without my invention. A lot of people don't understand that when you're in outer space, you're bombarded with radiation, guys. You literally get the same amount of radiation in one. Let me think the numbers. Let me give you the numbers because I want to be accurate. In one whole year, no, hold on. Okay, if I remember correctly, don't quote me on this. 2 days, it might only be 1 day, but I'll just say 24 to 48 hours. The amount of radiation you get in outer space in 24 to 48 hours is the same amount of radiation that you get on planet Earth. It's either for 6 months or 1 year. That's a big discrepancy. It's like consuming a certain amount of aluminum or lead. If you get a certain amount of lead, your body can work through it and sweat it out and whatever. But if you get all that amount of lead in one time, it's hard on the body. So anyway, I don't think he can get to Mars and do what he wants to do without my invention. Let's just put it that way. But I really would like to share with him because Elon Musk is an engineer and he's got the funding. And I would love for him to see my data because I got data. Okay, let's just move on from there. I hope you're around too, Nicole. Refractor OG, Mr. Original Gangster Refractor. Okay, he says, without revealing your ideas, is the benefits of soaking feet or face in hydrogen water significant? Yes, but I would actually just drink it and then inhale. It's so much better in my opinion. And I will share more with that refractor because I got some huge secrets And I'm not going to reveal them until I'm in Japan, actually. So we'll go with that. It's going to be really exciting. Whatever. Okay, stick around. The few that we have here, we literally have a very small group, guys. We're talking like we have less than 20 people in here. All right, whatever. Kimmy Some Love 42 says, just arriving, how you loving peeps? Not sure I understand. Just arriving, how you loving peeps, question mark. I'm not sure I understand. I'll just say that, I don't know. I don't know what to say with that. You stunned me. you stumped me, not stunned me. How am I loving peeps? I mean, I do love people. I love when people love people. I love when people are good to people. Kimmy Some Love 42 says, smash the like button, peeps. You know, hey, I agree with that. Thumbs up, like. Oh, you know what? You guys are going to hate this. But I was asking, how are you loving life? I'm loving it today, my brother. Now here, let's hide the hydrogen bubbles. There we go. Look at all the hydrogen bubbles. I know some people don't like it, but let's just go with it for right now. We'll just have the ambiance of hydrogen. All right, let's see. Thank you for that. All right, let's see here. Who's next? I got a lot of comments here to read through. Okay, Victoria says, do you think inhaling hydrogen gas will help to decalcify the pineal gland? In my opinion, absolutely. And so will the water. And so will your diet, in my opinion. Okay, and I can go into more detail if you want, but let me go through these questions and you can ask again and remind me. Julian Reyes says, 92 years Warren Buffett may have interest to invest in your reverse age project. You know, he probably would. If I were to tell you guys how it's done, it would boggle the mind. I've only shared it. I shared it with one, actually, no, two people. One was a lawyer of all things. And I was a little surprised that he actually semi-believed me, but he wanted me to talk to a UCLA scientist. And I did share with him the data. I think they wanted to see if there were any holes in my information. But the UCLA guy actually, he thought I was crazy in the first 5 minutes. And then after we had a very long conversation, he's like, holy crap, this might actually work. And he's like, all we need to do is get funding. So he was down. I'm telling you right now, guys, it's all about how the DNA works. But whatever, maybe we'll talk about it more later. Okay, the Matrix says, can hydrogen water help people with gallbladder issues? Have you received testimonials? Okay, gallbladder is part of your liver. This is going to be very important. You're going to want to, in my opinion, the hydrogen water will help, but you're going to want to have a full protocol. And if you guys want to hear a full protocol, we can get into it. A lot of people don't like my ideas on that one. I'll just say yes for now. But if you want more details and everybody wants to go into full protocol mode, we can talk about it. Let's go with that. But you're going to have to do more than just the hydrogen water. But you're definitely going to want the hydrogen water. You don't want to go without it. Okay, Northern Yeti, the guy who, he said, your invention would cost 20 million. The super chats are the viewer donations that pop up. Well, thank you. Yeah, my invention would be between 20 to 30 million dollars. It just depends. I'm going to need help. I'm not an engineer, but I know what I want. So I just, look, if I had probably just 1% of the, of what goes to the American military, we could make this happen. But I don't think they want people living longer, as weird as that sounds. Fruit. Tastes good. Okay. Who's next? Kimmy Some Love 42 says, what are your thoughts on building your own solar distiller? I've thought about it. I mean, I'm not going to go and build one. It would probably be just easier to have a battery pack, a lot of solar panels, bring in energy to it, use a battery pack to run a distiller. I'm sure there's more creative ways, but that's probably what I would do. Okay. We can go into more details of that if you really want, but all right, let's just keep going because a lot of people are making comments and I want to make sure everybody gets heard. Alice says, I think they mean you mentioned your idea and mentioned 20 million. Yeah, it would cost about 20, 30 million to build it. H. Del Castillo, does using hydrogen water for washing face and skin help? For washing, so. You want to soak it in there. If anything, I would make the water really cold, hydrogen ice cubes, hydrogen water, put your face in it. Hydrogen soaks up into your skin. Someone's trying to call me. I don't know if you guys heard that, but somebody is trying to call me. I don't know if it's important. I hope it isn't. Because we're alive. Can't take a phone call. Yummy. Okay. H. Del Castillo says, does using hydrogen water for washing your face and helps? Oh, we already went over that. Kimmy Some Love 42 says, if you sit by the... For a second, I thought they were going to say something else. Okay. I won't even say what I thought. That'd be too weird right now. If you sit by the window in a plane equivalent to 27 dental x-rays, you do get more radiation when you're up in the atmosphere. Hence the reason that you load up on hydrogen, which also helps bring up glutathione, load up on vitamin D. You know, you prepare yourself for travel. I don't like to travel a lot. I don't like to be in planes a lot. If I take one trip, I take one trip, prepare my body, done with it. All right. Alice says, ooh, so many secrets to look forward to. I do, honestly, I have a lot of info that I just have never shared. And you won't hear it anywhere because nobody knows about it. Kimmy Some Love 42 says, smash the like button, peeps. Okay, guys, you heard the guy. Hit the like button. Look at all the bubbles. Maybe I should turn them off if it annoys anybody soon. Somebody the other day said, okay, those bubbles are distracting. Kimmy Some Love 42 says, I was asking you how you are doing in life. Oh, that's right. We went over that. Doing good, brother. Nicole says, when you move to Japan, Not sure I understand that question. Okay, you can clarify, Nicole. Christine Ford says, I love the bubbles. Hey, see, I like them too. Look at that. Look, and I can touch them. Hydrogen bubbles. Honestly, if they're hydrogen bubbles, they'd just be going straight up. This makes me think that they're probably filled with oxygen. Okay, Dale G says, hi, Greg. Yo, what's up? Dale G. Nicole says, when you move to Japan, will you still keep your YouTube channel? I've been debating that. Look, you guys, I'm going to be doing some pretty interesting, wacky stuff. And the stuff that I'm doing, this is the thing about my YouTube channel. I'm doing what I would do in my life, and I'm simply sharing it. And you guys, you know, can either do the same or not, or do whatever, you know, or just modify what you're doing and take some of the stuff, whatever works for you. I'm going to try though. I'll do these live stuff. Most likely, you guys are going to join me on the journey. I might actually open another YouTube channel, which is the Journey to Japan. Because I think some people just want to hear about hydrogen and they don't want to hear about all the stuff in Japan. But yeah, stay tuned because it's coming, guys. I'm telling you right now, no joke, it's coming. We are going to Japan most likely. All right, let's see. Monique says, please, I want to hear your protocol. Which one? Depends on what you're going through and how crazy you want to get, because I got some crazy protocols. Kimmy Some Love says, Kimmy Some Love, Kimmy, okay, I'll just read what she wrote. I think you guys got that. I helped build solar distillers with a very impressive design attached to the top of it with a friend of mine that has since passed away. I would love to write you about this. Do you have an email? My email is uprising144k@gmail.com. Kimmy Some Love 42 says the sun energy makes water really crystalline. Yeah, the sun is a magical thing. What is the sun made of? Pretty much entirely hydrogen. And some people may disagree and say, well, it's also made of helium. Guess what? Helium is hydrogen. Silly gooses. All right. Kimmy Some Love 42 says, I am a sea star, not a brother. Ha ha ha. First saw you talking with a friend, Santos. A sea star. Not sure what that means, but okay. Good to see you, sea star. Norma says, yes, keep us posted. I will. You know, just stay tuned. We'll figure it out. I think I'm going to lower this thing. There we go. That's better. Okay, Victoria says, I meditate daily, trying to get inner vision to open. I have a very clean diet, just trying to get deeper openings. Did you have pineal gland opening enhanced after adding hydrogen? Well, simple answer, Victoria. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things that have happened since I've been on hydrogen. Things that I would have never expected, knowledge that I don't even know how I have it actually, because it's not out there on the internet. It's in no book, no internet. Somehow I just know it all of a sudden. But it's been years. It wasn't like some people, I mean, you can get some things quickly, but it's about purifying the blood. Hydrogen is ultimately, in my opinion, is where all the, let's just say that the memories, all the information is in hydrogen. It was at the beginning, it will be at the end, it is the alpha, it is the omega. I don't know if that answers your question, but simple answer, I'll just say yes. It's really been great. I love it. Okay, Christine Force says, would you consider a private email newsletter to viewers who sign up if you can't do live? Old but good. I mean, it's a tough one because, I mean, look, I love you guys and I love, you know, quote unquote, the fans or whoever, you know, this information is good for. The biggest issue is, don't take any offense to this, anybody, but I have, my highest priority is not necessarily my viewers. I know that's probably a bad thing to say, and it's nothing against people. I love people, but I have certain priorities. The highest priority is actually really, I don't want to say like me, but it's like my health and my well-being, because if I'm in the best place I can be, then I can be better to others. So in some weird way, people are my priority, but I'm my priority because I'm no good to people unless I'm in a good place. So it's, you know, and if I focus too much on viewers' needs, then I forget about my needs. So I need to be in a really, really good place so that I can be good to others, including my viewers. And I try to give you guys time as much as I can, but I'm always my priority. I'm always trying to get myself the best food, my good water. Everything's about my routine, and then I can share it with others. So as far as a private email newsletter, I mean, if I'm sitting answering emails all the time, it takes away from my day. That's one of the reasons that I always tell people, if you're going to contact me, include your phone number, because while I'm doing things like walking or trying to exercise or making a smoothie, I'll throw in an earpiece and make a phone call to somebody while I'm doing things. Otherwise, I don't have time to sit here and go through emails all the time. I just don't have time for it, because then that would be my focus and it won't be healthy for me. So I don't know if that answers your question. Okay, Kimmy Some Love 42 says, your number one wealth is your health. Hey, I agree with you. Totally agree. Victoria Anest says, yes, thank you so much for sharing. Guessing when you say memories remembered, maybe Akashic opening. It's partially true. We can get into the details. It gets a little wild, but I normally try to stay away from them. And I can talk about why I stay away from them. But anyway, well, even childhood memories coming back would be wonderful too. I really appreciate you. Oh yeah. Norma says, Greg, you're right. You are number one first. Well, I'm glad that people understand. You have to make yourself a priority, otherwise you're good to no one. And I clearly realized that when I was sick, because when I was sick, I became a burden for other people. And it wasn't good, guys. It wasn't pretty. If I start talking about that, I'll just start crying because I am still scarred from it. It doesn't mean that I'm letting it hold me back. It just means that, yeah, I mean, I went through hard times, and if I talk about it, I'll start crying. And I'll just say that I'm grateful, so grateful to be where I'm at. I'm actually very happy. I was outside walking today and doing things that are good for me, and I was very happy. I was so grateful that I could do what I was able to do today. And it's funny because I was watching, what was I watching? I was watching something. I'm trying to remember. It doesn't matter. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. All I'll say is that after going through what I've gone through, like, do I care? I'm like, by the way, I'm a car nut. For anybody who doesn't know, I'm a car nut, whatever. And yeah, Ferraris and Porsches and cool cars and whatever, they're just not even that important to me anymore. Because when I couldn't walk, I'll tell you something, I would rather be able to run super fast without pain than have a Ferrari any day of the week now. Just being able to walk is a privilege, is something that brings me so much joy and happiness. It's it's a gift, and I'm grateful for it. And if you're grateful for it, you'll utilize that more. I was talking to somebody today. I don't even want to name names. Somebody who was saying something about, oh, I can't walk because, and it wasn't because they couldn't walk. It was because I think maybe they were being lazy, or whether it was I don't have time, or whether it was the weather, or whatever I don't care, whatever excuse you want to make. I don't make any excuses. I have bought the stuff that I need. I got a pair of rubber shoes when it rains. I got a poncho. I got jackets. I got a vest. I'll do whatever, and I will get outside every single day and walk because I am grateful that I can walk, and I'm gonna do it as long as I can do it because it not only is it good for me, and it is, but it feels good. So whatever, maybe I'm being a little whatever, but okay. Let's see here, Greg, you're right. You are number one. Okay, next one. Smila says, joining your bubbles. Joining. I'm gonna assume that you mean enjoying, but maybe you just mean joining. Join the bubble party. Bubbles. I'm being weird. Okay. Christine Ford says, I agree. Self is your priority. Hey, Christine, I'm with you. Christine Ford says, email newsletter can be set up for you one way only, i.e. no reply allowed. You know, the problem with that is, and that's great. Got to remember, I'm running on a shoestring budget. I don't have anybody working for me. I don't have anything going on. This was before the new phone that I'm using right now. This was all I had. It's just an old phone. I don't have people answering emails. I'm not even a computer guy. I don't know how to make it answer for me. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I'm just sharing with you what I do know about health, what I do know about the body, what I know about a lot of other stuff. That's all I can say. But maybe someday I'll do that, Christine. We'll see. Kimmy Some Love 42 says, now you have bubbles. I do. And she also says, those are hydrogen bubbles, by the way. They are, look, they're going up, right? Go up, go up. All right, I can turn them off soon if you guys want. Dale G says, amen, you made it through, Greg. Now you're helping other people. You know, Dale, thank you for that, because that's how I feel. I mean, and I don't even know if I'm all the way through. I still have things that I wish to do. I mean, you reach a certain point and I want to do more. And if I reach that point, I want to do more. Always striving for better perfection. And that's very much a Japanese thing. They always striving for perfection. It's like almost unattainable, but just trying to reach it, you create things like the samurai sword. It's just like such a thing of beauty, right? Kind of like the Hydrofix, actually. The guy who was creating it was trying to do the same thing. He wanted to just make, that reminds me, actually, I want to drink some hydrogen water. Well, for everybody who's here, you can see how I drink it. This is what I do. Pour some. That's about 16 ounces. And you'll notice that I will finish it in less than 5 minutes. Somebody time me. Hit the timer. Because it's all saturated and they're pretty stable. But yeah, I will finish this in less than 5 minutes. And if I'm wrong, somebody call me out on it. But when I drink it, I like to swish it around my mouth and my gums. All right, next one. Dale G says, amen, you made it through. Oh yeah, thank you, brother. Well, I hope I keep on making through. Remember, I was told I was gonna die, and I won't go into all those details right now, but I wasn't supposed to even be around. Christine Ford says, newsletter can be done as infrequently as you like, monthly, quarterly, annually, only when you like it or feel like it. Yeah, but wouldn't I have to write something? I'm a terrible writer. I don't even know what news I would bring forward. Other than, I mean, whenever I have something to share, I just share it on video. I'm better at talking than writing. I'll put it that way. Okay, let's see who's next. Kimmy Some Love says, I had a swollen knee the last 2 years. Much better now, but I hear that. I am so thankful to walk now more than ever. See what I mean, Kimmy? Once it's taken away from you, people only value things when they're taken away from them. How long did that take? I don't know, but I drank it. Okay, I didn't time it. Dale G, how long does the hydrogen stay in the water? If the water is totally not moving, because when you move water, it'll release the gas. If you're in a room that is 68 to 70 degrees, from the Hydrofix you make it, because it depends how you make it, and you set it down and it just stays there, all the hydrogen will be gone in 1 hour. But remember, that means that in half an hour, half of the hydrogen gone. In 15 minutes, 1/4 of it is gone. So I like to drink it in less than 5 minutes. And that depends how you make it, temperature of the water, movement of the water, temperature of the room. Lots of factors with hydrogen. So I'm giving you a rougher oral. It's hard to give you a, yeah. Hopefully that answers your question. Kimmy Some Love says, does it taste like ozone water or anything? No, hydrogen is odorless, colorless, tasteless. I don't taste anything. The only thing I've noticed the hydrogen does with Hydrofix is you can taste impurities within the water. That's been a very interesting one, and it's helped me a great deal. All right, next one. And I'm gonna go have dinner soon. Dale G says, hi Greg, been doing the hydrogen machine and now the distiller 3 months, and it was good talking with you at the end of last year. Looking forward to good results like your dad. I wish you the same, Dave G. Just remember, well, there's a lot of things you can do, but try to, clean water and hydrogen is going to be amazing, but you can do other things to enhance your progression or accelerate it, in my opinion. Dale G says, does it last longer the colder it is? Yes, that is correct. The hotter the hydrogen water is, the faster it dissipates. The colder it is, the longer it stays in. That's why Shmila had asked the question about hydrogen ice cubes. When it's really, really cold, they can actually hold in the hydrogen. So, all right, guys, it looks like I answered everybody's questions. If one comes in, I'll answer it. Otherwise, I'll sign out. Look at all the bubbles, hydrogen bubbles. Okay, we've had enough bubbles. Should I turn off the bubbles? I think we're good. Let's see here. Let's go with this one. Okay, that's good. Okay, Christine Ford says, have you any experience or feedback using hydrogen water, eye drops, or eardrops? Can we hydrogen enrich good oils? Probably not. Let's put it this way. Hydrogen water for eye drops, in my opinion, yes. But if you're going to do eye drops, you have to use carbon distilled water. You need extreme purity. You do not want to be putting eye drops in your eyes from something that has an impurity. And people think the water filters are enough. No. Has to be carbon distilled. And then the type of hydrogen you make. Oh my God, you do not want to put, some of the ways of making hydrogen, in my opinion, you do not want to be putting that in your eyes. So yes, with the Hydrofix being nice and clean, the water being nice and clean, absolutely, eye drops are awesome. Eardrops, I don't know much about it. I would assume that it would be good too, depending on what your goal is. And what else? Yeah, so hopefully that answers your question. Oh, and can you put hydrogen into oils? I don't think it's necessary. Okay, Shmila, love the bubbles. Oh, okay, yeah, I like them too. Kimmy Some Love says, that was fun. Super great to see ya. And I'm a lady, you called me a bro. Okay, sis. Hi, sister. Love and blessings. Oodles. Well, when you say Kimmy, I guess Kimmy can be a girl's name too, actually, yeah. So, I'm a silly goose, Kimmy. Thank you, my sister. Everybody's my brother and my sister. How's that? T-Bears Thriving Together Tribe says, so if the hydrogen disappears in an hour and you drink it 24 hours later, is it still better than filtered water? A little confused. If the hydrogen disappears in an hour, I don't get your question. I'm so sorry, T-Bear. I thought I almost said it. I won't even say what I thought it said. Okay. Is it better than filtered water? You always want clean water. I mean, that's kind of the foundation. Then you want clean hydrogen. So I don't know if that answers your question. You can ask again. Shmila says, the hydrogen symbol. I don't know. Is there a hydrogen symbol? Peace? I don't know what the hydrogen symbol. Is there one? Okay, Happy Rich says, watch recent smoothie video. That is a lot of smoothie. I make it every morning, my brother or sister. Do you leave what you don't drink right away in the blender pitcher, then put it in the fridge to consume later? Yes, I actually have a video on how I suck the air out of the jars. I fill up the jar as much as I can, suck the air out of it to preserve it, and then I drink whatever's in the blender, and then I'll have it more later. Okay, hope that answers your question. Alice says, enjoy your dinner. Have a good night. Thank you, Alice. I will. Thank you so much. Shmila says, ooh, hydrogen as eye drops. Amazing idea. Yes, if you make the water and the hydrogen correctly. If not, I highly don't recommend it. Don't be putting the wrong stuff in your eyes, okay? All right, Kimmy Some Love says sister equals C star. Okay, Kimmy, C star, cool. Monique says, thank you, Greg. Have a good dinner. Thank you, I will. I'll be having it very soon. Wolfgang, I'm using hydrogen for my baby pepper plants. They do well with it. Wolfgang, it's good to see you, brother. I haven't seen you for a while. Hope you're doing well. I wish you all the best and with your health and happiness. So good to see you again. All right. Helen says, bye for now. Have a good evening. Enjoy your dinner. Thank you for the info. You're welcome, Helen, and thank you for the kind words. Dale G says, Hydrofix is the only machine. Well, I mean, kind of. There is one machine that makes pretty decent water. It's not as good as the Hydrofix, but it's okay. But I wouldn't buy it. I heard it had reliability issues, and I know what it does. Then there's another machine that only does inhalation. Also a Japanese machine, also a good machine. Still not the purity of the Hydrofix. In fact, there's going to be some really interesting information, which if I say right now, I'll have to delete this video, so I won't say. All I'll say, there's information coming out that is absolute proof that the Hydrofix is the best, actually, and I'm excited about that stuff coming up in the future. But yes, you're right. Hydrofix is the only machine at this time. More stuff will come later, I'm sure. But as of right now, it is the best. Shmila says, thank you, Greg, and bon appetit. Are you French? I meant bubbles are a perfect hydrogen symbol here. Oh, enjoy your evening. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think so too. Bubbles. Okay, guys. I think we're running, not that we're running out of time, but coming to the end of our show, though we do have 29 people in the room and 31 thumbs up. Wow, thank you. Everybody give a thumbs up, helps the algorithm. I might actually leave this video up, we'll go with that. And Dale G says, God bless you, Greg. Hey, thank you, I sure hope he does. Actually, give me a second, I'll be right back. But I'm here, see if any last questions before I shut her down. Because it's getting to be that time, and I have to eat relatively early because I do a intermediate fast. Maybe I should have a little bit more water. I mean, you guys already saw how I drink the hydrogen water. Dale G gives a thumbs up. Christine says, bye everyone, thank you. I'm gonna have a little bit more hydrogen water. Just because I'm on an empty stomach. Well, technically, I guess I had a little bit of fruit. Fruit digests really fast, but still. T-Bear says, what I mean is, if you don't drink the hydrogen water within the hour of making it, is this water still better for you than filtered tap water? I mean, if there's no hydrogen in it, you're pretty much drinking whatever it is that the water was. Unless you put it in a pouch. Have you seen the hydrogen pouch? Let's see, I'll show you. I was talking about it yesterday. If you put water from the Hydrofix in this pouch and you don't refrigerate it, it'll maintain over about 80% of the hydrogen for about 24 hours. If you put it sideways in a refrigerator, it'll hold 90% of the hydrogen for about a week or two. I'll say 1 week though, just to be conservative. So this helps a lot. And Dale G says, how much does hydrogen enhance fruits and vegetables? A lot. From what I was looking at, the data appears to help a lot. Not a little, but a lot. God's Girl 51 says, what do you mean by clean water? Really? What do I mean by clean water? Okay. Water with no pesticides, no chemicals, no PFAS, no parasites, no bacteria, no viruses, like super, super clean water. And there's numerous water filtration methods. Watch my video 388. I go over it. I mean, I'd grab it right now, but I'm gonna go have dinner. And in the video, I already showed third-party laboratory testing. I use a website called mypurewater.com. Pure, obviously I'm really high into the purity. American-made carbon distillers, cleans the water better than any other water filtration modality. And I know every water filtration modality. And they have the third-party laboratory testing to prove it. to get everything out of it. What's for dinner? Rich leafy greens, some mushrooms, beans. I might put some artichokes in it today. What else? What else? Maybe an avocado I'm gonna put in there. And I'm gonna put macadamia nuts today. I like to use a lot of different types of nuts, whether it's pistachios, macadamia nuts. What else am I gonna use? I think that's gonna be about it today, I think. It's funny because although my dinner is great, most of my nutrition comes from actually my, oh, and I'll put, not sauerkraut, I'll be doing kimchi today, so fermented vegetables. It's gonna be pretty much raw for the most part, raw food. And what else? Yeah, I guess that answers the question. That's what's gonna be for dinner. I'm gonna go get it right now. Let's see here. Okay. All right, guys. Raw or cooked food as well. Yeah, mostly raw food. It's funny because I get most of my nutrition from my breakfast and lunch with my smoothies. Dinner is just make sure the body is accustomed to a solid meal. And of course I get nutrition from my dinner too. But that's the key. Make sure you don't have any deficiencies. Okay, I'll leave it on for a second, but I'll be right back. But I'm gonna shut it down here any second. So if you guys have any last questions, you can ask. I'll tell you one thing, I am gonna inhale my hydrogen while I'm eating dinner. Okay, wow, we still got 21 people in here. Okay, so T-Bear's thriving together. All right, Dale G says there's so many parasites. Which smoothie that you make kills them best? Dude, I made a video about it. It literally calls the anti-parasitic smoothie. So you might want to watch that. But they're all good. I didn't even, it's funny because I was doing it for different purposes, but I discovered later on that the smoothies I've been making are actually very anti-parasitic. I didn't even know. Okay, so we're good, guys. I'm gonna go have dinner.